Hello, good people. This is Mr. James. This is a little short little intro. What's coming up is the first part of videos of the digital projects. So there's 5 projects right now, and this is the first of every video within your series. Normally, every single one comes with 10 videos. So that's the microwave. Tea time. Enjoy, everybody. Talk to you later.
In this video, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Have you got what it takes to be a coach? Lots of people think they do, but it's not always so. Now, coaches come from a wide variety of backgrounds, and the specific skills that are needed to help clients achieve their goals are going to vary from industry to industry and from one type of coach to another. But there are some skills and personality traits that are common to all coaches, regardless of the type of coaching they do. First and foremost, you need to have good communication skills. You need to be able to communicate effectively with your client. And you need to do this for 2 reasons. First of all, you need to get your point across. And secondly, you need to be able to understand what the client's needs are. And you need to be able to convey to the client that you understand what their needs are. So good listening skills are also very important. And communication, well, it's a two-way street. And sometimes you need to be a better listener than you are a talker. So you do have to spend a lot of your time listening when you're a coach. You also need to be aware of people's emotions. Not all things are expressed verbally. So you need to pay attention to people's emotions. You need to pay attention to people's body language as well when you're having conversations one-on-one with them. Because sometimes what people say and sometimes what people mean can be very different things. So you also need to know how to empathize. Note I say empathize, not sympathize. You need to be able to empathize with what your client is saying. You need to be able to look at things from his or her perspective and think of how they might be thinking and to communicate them from that sort of perspective. And you need to be able to offer words of encouragement without coming over as patronizing or condescending. Another skill that you're going to need to have if you want to be a coach is good planning and organizing skills. Clients can often become bored and disillusioned with poorly structured and disorganized coaching programs. So you need to be able to have a proper structure in place. You need to be organized. You need to know exactly how you're going to help the client achieve their objective. So the ability to plan and organize effective programs that deliver tangible benefits to clients is of crucial importance. And this can only be done if the coach fully understands the client's needs and goals. Now, once that's done, a good coach can draw up a plan of action to help the client achieve those needs and goals. Or to put it another way, you have to know what people want before you can help them to get it. And you can only do this if you can listen and you can understand what they're saying to you. A couple of other things that a good coach must be able to do. A good coach must be able to structure an effective plan for each coaching session so that you know exactly how the goals achieved at each session is going to fit into the overall scheme of things to reach the desired end goal. So you have to know how each step along the way fits into the overall picture of things. Another skill that good coaches need is analysis and evaluation. Coaches need to be able to analyze both the client's performance and their own performance. You need to know whether you are being able to deliver exactly the sort of coaching that the client wants. So you need to constantly keep assessing things, and you need to constantly be assessing the overall performance, both yours and the client's, and the goals achieved. So has the client hit the goals that he or she has hired you to help them achieve? And also, in your own business, your own goals, are you reaching those? And it's a constant process of evaluation. Something else, you must have the skills and ability to revise and change the program to meet changing circumstances. You can't be a stick in the mud. You have to be able to counter changes that are going to happen, because sometimes when you implement changes in the client's business, particularly if you're business coaching, then sometimes the law of unintended consequences comes into play, and something might happen that you didn't foresee. And so you have to be able to then counter that and get the client back on track. And so that skill is very important. And all good coaches keep an open mind. You must be receptive to new ideas, and you must be amenable to changes and new ways of doing things. And when you think about it, quite often someone will be hiring you as a coach because things aren't working out for them. And it could well be that the things that they're doing in their life or in their business are old-fashioned and don't work anymore. But they keep doing them because they don't know any different. Now, you have to be their open mind for them. You have to be amenable to changes and new ways of doing things, and you need to be able to communicate those directly to your client. Now, observing how other coaches work and noting their success rates can be beneficial when you're a coach. So sometimes coaches will sort of feed off one another. And attending courses and seminars and keeping your own skills up to date is crucial, because keeping up to date with the latest ideas can benefit both your client and you. You should also have confidence in your abilities. In other words, you must know what you're talking about when you're a coach. Now, ideally, you should have an enviable track record of accomplishment. Success breeds success. Now, of course, when you're just starting out, you don't have any sort of track record, enviable or otherwise. But if you're just starting out, you should at least be highly knowledgeable. You should know a lot about what you're doing. You should have the right ideas. You should be able to communicate those. You should come across as being a confident person. Remember, your overall objective is your client's success. When they've achieved their goal, you will have achieved yours. And coaching is all about what's best for the client, not what's best for you. And your ego has to be strong enough to stand that.
The power of the web. The internet can help you to live your dreams and to design the perfect lifestyle that will make you truly happy. Whether you have a small business that you want to turn into a big business, or whether you want to make money writing a blog on a topic you love, internet marketing can do that for you. As an internet marketer, you can make a truly passive income. That means earning a living by writing an amazing website once or creating a product once and then letting the income roll in forevermore. You can even do this as an affiliate marketer by selling someone else's product. As an internet marketer, you can earn a little money on the side writing articles for other people. The only problem, most people have no idea where to begin with this. When I tell a lot of people that I make money online, the response is often to look at me perplexed. What do you sell? Well, nothing. Where does the money come from? I actually had to promise my grandma that what I was doing wasn't in any way illegal, because she found it so hard to understand that I can make money without leaving the house. My sister recently decided she no longer wanted to do her current job and said that she'd like to start online like me. She asked me how she could get started, what she needed to learn, and what a good resource would be for her to begin. And I was just kind of lost for words. Truth be told, there isn't a really great resource out there for people just getting started. Truth be told, there is a huge amount of misunderstanding regarding what internet marketing is, what it's capable of, and how you should get started with it. This is why you see so many businesses get it entirely wrong. Have you ever visited a business site only to see that it looks completely unprofessional and cluttered? Have you ever visited a brand's social media page to see that it hasn't been updated in months? Or that what is there is just uninspired and unlikely to convince anyone to buy from them? A lot of small businesses will recognize the power of the web to bring them money and customers, but they won't have any clue how to begin. Thus, they will often end up just hiring the first SEO, search engine optimization company they can find, and hoping blindly that the company will maintain its side of the bargain and actually help them get to the top of Google. Sometimes that happens. Other times, the company uses outdated, spammy techniques and the business goes bust. Either that, or the company does nothing much and the small business just wastes a lot of money. But how is a company to know whether their SEO agency is doing a good job when they don't really understand how SEO works? This training then is REsell. This is a training that can take you from zero knowledge regarding the economy of the web, SEO, internet marketing, all that stuff, and bring you up to speed. You'll learn the technical skills to build a brand, promote it online, and create a marketing campaign. You'll also learn additional skills that can take you to the next level. Skills like design, website development, and videography. And you'll learn how to leverage all those skills, how to harness them, and how to use that to accomplish all kinds of amazing things. Yes, small business owners will gain the skills they need to be able to build their businesses online. But likewise, you can also take these skills and go freelance. You'll be able to make money on the side, or as a full-time career, by selling your newfound internet marketing skills. Or if you prefer, you can take those skills to create your own blog or YouTube channel. Then you can promote a cause that matters to you. You can become internet famous as a comedian or musician, or you can make a living writing about something that fascinates you. Either way, you'll learn the raw skills, and you'll be able to devise a marketing strategy that takes all of them into account with perfect synergy. The web can do incredible things for you. You just need to know how to work it. So let's figure that out together, shall we?
In this tutorial, I'm going to tell you about the 3 most important steps you need to take to accomplish your life's most significant goals. There are many times in your life when you decide you need a change, whether it's starting a new business or losing weight. Whatever the change you are planning to make, you set goals and work toward them. While goals are necessary for you to achieve success, they are anything but quick or easy to reach. However, by following these 3 essential steps, you will be able to reach all your life's goals. Step 1. Establish your goals. The first step in the process is to establish your goals firmly. This is more than just choosing what you want to accomplish. To firmly establish your goals, you need to write them down and put them where you will see them frequently. You need to place them in a spot where they can be a frequent reminder of what you are looking to accomplish. Just writing down your goals isn't enough to establish your goals. You also have to tell people about your goals to create accountability. Not only does telling people hold you accountable for continually working toward accomplishing your goals, but the more people you tell, the more real your goals become, and the more likely you are to achieve them. Step 2. Start working toward your goals. The second step in the process is not only the hardest part of the process, but it can be the scariest part of the process as well. This is because once you start working toward your goals, there is no turning back. Once you start working toward your goals, you are committed. You'll never get anywhere unless you take that first step. Step 3. Don't quit. Without perseverance, you'll never be able to accomplish your goals. If reaching your goals was easy, you wouldn't have to establish your goals. You would have already reached them. Goals are goals because they are hard to reach. There will be times when you want to give up. You'll feel like you're not worthy of achieving your goals and finding success. This is a part of the struggle. As hard as it might seem, reaching your goals and celebrating your accomplishments is a lot easier than quitting and living with the disappointment of not achieving your life's goals. Setting goals is more than only saying what you want. By following these 3 essential steps, you can set goals and enjoy the satisfaction that comes with knowing you achieved what you set out to do.
In this video, I've got a very simple question for you. Have you got what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Now, lots of people think that being an entrepreneur is a piece of cake. All you've got to do is just sit there and come up with some idea and just wait for the money to start flowing in. But in reality, being an entrepreneur is very difficult, and not everybody is cut out for the entrepreneurial lifestyle. So ask yourself these questions. First of all, do you like to make your own decisions? Or do you prefer to follow instructions and have somebody else make the decisions for you? Now, entrepreneurs are decision makers. In fact, being an entrepreneur is all about making decisions. And entrepreneurs are happy to make decisions and then live by the results, right or wrong. They're quite happy to take the responsibility. They're quite happy to decide exactly what direction their business is going to take, and then they are prepared to follow it through, as I said, right or wrong. So in order to be an entrepreneur, you really have to be comfortable making decisions. Secondly, are you risk averse? Or are you happy to take a risk if the odds are in your favor? Well, entrepreneurs are risk takers, and being an entrepreneur really is all about taking a risk. You're risking your time, you're risking your capital, you're risking your business all the time. Now, entrepreneurs, of course, are not rash. They weigh up the risk versus reward. And if the reward outweighs the risk, they're quite prepared to take a risk and to live by the consequences. That said, of course, most entrepreneurs are not rash. They're not stupid. They know when to take a risk, but they also know when to play it safe. Are you curious by nature? Or do you prefer to mind your own business? Well, entrepreneurs are curious. They look at things around them. They inquire. They look for opportunities. And quite often it's through being curious, it's through being nosy, if you want to put it that way, that many entrepreneurs come up with their best ideas for businesses or to find solutions to problems that people have. So they tend to look at the world in a slightly different way from other people who tend to sort of have a rather narrow focus. And do you give up easily? Or are you someone who perseveres until the end? Well, perseverance is a key entrepreneurial trait, and you need to persevere and to overcome all sorts of adversity, all sorts of hardships, all sorts of setbacks. Now, they're not always rather unpleasant physical setbacks like this poor soldier is taking during his boot camp training, but while you might not have to wade through freezing cold, dirty water under barbed wire with ammunition being fired at you, you will often have to take lots of decisions under stress, under pressure. You'll find that there are lots of setbacks. You'll find that things don't go right for you the first time round. You have to think of different solutions. You have to make different decisions, and you have to keep on and you have to keep at it, and you have to overcome the adversity. And that is a key trait of being an entrepreneur. And is your glass half empty? Or is it half full? Well, being an optimist is essential if you're an entrepreneur because, as I was just saying, you're going to have to overcome all sorts of adversity. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe that you are going to be successful. You have to take a positive outlook with everything that you do. Now, I'm not saying that you should look at the world through rose-colored glasses like this lady. You do have to be realistic, and sometimes you have to make the decision that things are not going to work out, and you might have to shut your business down. You might have to cancel a project. You might have to decide, well, things really aren't working. But you have to start off after weighing up the risk and reward, after looking at all the balances of probabilities, that you are going to be successful, and you have to carry on in that vein. So if you can tick all of those boxes, then yes, you probably do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And if you don't, and being an entrepreneur isn't for you, well, that's fine too, because let's face it, if everybody worked for themselves, if everybody was an independent person, if everybody ran their own small businesses, then there would be no economy. There would be no jobs. There would be no manufacturing. Not everybody has what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and frankly, maybe that's a good thing. So if you've answered yes, then congratulations, you probably do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how to choose the right theme for your website. Choosing the right theme for your website is important because if your visitors don't feel comfortable and/or don't feel as if your business is a professional and trusted one, it's very likely they will not buy from you or even subscribe to your newsletter or even an email list. Therefore, choosing the right theme for your site is vital to establishing yourself and your business properly on the internet so you can have a thriving, sustainable business. You can think of choosing the right theme for your site as being similar to choosing the decorum for a room in your home. You want a specific feeling and mood to be transferred to people who visit that room. Similarly, you want a specific feeling and mood transferred to your visitors when they visit your website. Do you want them energized and inspired, or relaxed and calm? Answering this question will give you an idea of what colors you'll want to have in your website design, as well as how busy or animated your website is in terms of graphics, images, videos, animation, etc. That is another factor you must consider when choosing the theme for your website. What elements do you want in your website? Do you want it to have a blog incorporated right into the design? Are you going to have products for sale and need to incorporate a shopping cart into your site? Will you have a forum on site for all visitors? Will you have a forum on site for paying customers, or will you have no forum at all? You need to determine what elements your site will have, then find a theme that has all or most of these features already built in. Depending on what elements your site will have, an HTML theme may work. However, if you're looking for an integrated blog, WordPress and/or Joomla would likely be better options to host your site. No matter what site theme you choose, you need to make sure that it is responsive to where it will appear properly on all devices, including smartphones and tablets. Choosing a non-responsive theme that doesn't display properly on smartphones and tablets will likely lead potential customers to go elsewhere, as they won't want to deal with your improperly displayed site. Additionally, most internet users now access sites on their smartphones more often than on PCs or laptops. So ensuring you have a responsive website theme is key to ensuring your business is being professionally displayed to internet users at all times.